What's up, vinyl community? It's your boy Chris coming at you live, as always, from the man cave. A couple things different. A, I don't have a guest, as you guys have become all too accustomed to seeing me with lately. B, my beard is going to be about as low as you can remember it, going all the way back to the very beginning of my channel. That's just assuming, of course, you followed me for that long, which I don't know why you would follow along with a sarcastic, loudmouth, beer drinking, bearded bastard like myself for that long. But in just in case you have, then this is going to be, going to feel like a throwback for you. And rocking a COVID cut, COVID cut 3.0, if you will. I think this is the third time my wife has cut my hair ever since the whole COVID-19 outbreak, if you will. And there's always, my wife's not a barber, she's not a hairdresser, so there's always going to be something not perfect about it, but it doesn't matter. It's good enough for me. So what's up, you guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody's managing to get some good tunes. For those of you who have living in states that are reopening or whatever, and around record stores that are reopening, I hope you're all taking the proper precautions, being safe, being courteous to one another, keeping your distance, the whole nine. My last video, of course, if you guys saw, with my boy, Take Me to Birds, Josh. He and I are working our best to do just that. But so, this is going to be most recent finds of 2020, part 3. As you guys have probably heard me say several times, my goal every year is to beat the year before in terms of new acquisitions. This year, I can't see how it's going to be possible to beat 2019 or even 2018 or even 2017. But you do what you can, and this is what I've gotten since my last most recent finds video of 2020. So jump starting right off, because I don't want to give you guys a 40-minute video. So here we go. Arranged, played, composed by Jack Montrose with Bob Gordon. It's on Atlantic. Awesome stuff. It's a great record. Super clean. Everything is completely intact. No splits, no shoes, no problems. Matter of fact, I can hardly even get this record. But look at that. Splat out. That's that Black Label, guys. You don't see, for those of you who are like, okay, I don't see anything special about that, well, then you don't know Atlantic, because that original Black Atlantic label, that's some good shit. And this thing looks as if it's never been played, all across the board. So great stuff. Happy to have it. Next up, Interaction, Sunny Stitt, Zoot Stems, and his own Cadet. Great stuff. I've got plenty of stuff by each of these two artists. Cadet, great record. Happy to have it. Next up, going to be some shrink wrap action for you guys. You guys know how much I fucking love shrink wrap. So, next up, Mose Allison. I Don't Worry About a Thing. It's on Atlantic. It's in the shrink wrap. It's got that $1 special tag up there. What am I going to do about that? Shrink wrap. Oh boy. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh my God. Oh baby. Oh yeah. Oh, I'll take it off. Hurts so good. Come on baby, make it hurt so good. Deuces. But Mose Allison, great stuff on Atlantic. Splat Alice, that red and plum on a label, if you will. Great record. Super freaking clean. My favorite Mose Allison record is on Prestige. I showed it to you guys earlier, like either earlier this year or later last year. Either way about it, it all just feels like one great fucking blur. But either way about it, great stuff. Looking forward to hearing it. Next thing up is introducing Bobby Pierce with Bobby Jones, Pat Martino, Bob Cranshaw, and Roy Brooks, and it's on Cobblestone. It's a great record as well. Cobblestone, Splat Out. Next up, another Mose Allison record for you guys. See, get Mose Allison stuff here. Pouring in lately, Rambling with Mose Allison on Prestige. It's got Mose Allison on piano and vocal, Addison Farmer on bass, Ronnie Free on drums. And of course, for the label, split seam, gotta fix that. Splat out, yellow and black. Good old stuff. I'll definitely fix that seam one of these days. Next up on contemporary, I'm All Smiles by Hampton Halls. Freaking love Hampton Halls. He's great. He's a favorite of mine. Again on contemporary. And well, label's beautiful. But what does it got on it? Shrink. Oh, get it to me. Oh, get under that. Get up. Oh, hurts so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Deuces. Can't wait to listen to that one. Love all Hampton Hall's records. Next up. Oh man, we're gonna have another one. Jimmy Guthrie, the Four Brothers Sound. Once again, special discount, 44 cents. 44 cents. I didn't pay much for this one, guys, but I paid more than 44 cents. It's an awesome record. And Jimmy Guthrie on this one plays all four tenor saxes heard throughout this album. He is accompanied by Bob Brookmeyer, piano, and Jim Hall guitar on all the numbers except Ode to Switzerland and Come Rain or Come Shine. On these two selections, Guthrie's Four Brothers Sound is unaccompanied. But bye-bye. Now it looks like a record. I don't have one hell of a mess to clean up in my room by the time I'm done with this video. It's another one that's on Atlantic, by the way. Lots of Atlantic selections, I feel, in this. Next up. Tyree Glenn at the Roundtable. Swinging melodic collection of jazz standards, including All of Me, Limehouse Blues, Sweet and Lovely, Royal Garden Blues, There Will Never Be Another You. Great record. Once again, it's on roulette. I dig it. One that's not going to go for Oh My God amount, but Hank Jones is on the piano, Joe Jones on drums, Tommy Potter on bass, and Mary Osborne on guitar. Next up, Drum Night at Birdland. Art Blakey, Charlie Person, Elvin Jones, Philly Joe Jones on roulette. Nice drum comp, if you will. That nice stereo sticker right there in the middle. I guess it'd be funny if it was actually mono, but it also has that disgusting shrink wrap on it. I don't know what else has to be said about it other than the names that I just named. I mean, because it's got those names on it. It's bound to be killer. This shit just doesn't want to go away now, does it? Come on, shrink wrap, go on. Go on and be one with the trash can, where you deserve to be. But again, on roulette, splat out. Killer record. Obviously, the only thing that needed to be known about any of that was, the names that are on the record. So, next up, Jazz Recital featuring the Spanish guitar of Charlie Bird, Tommy Newsom, flute and tenor, Al Lucas on bass, and Bobby Donaldson on the sticks. Pretty neat record. On Savoy. One that's going to be found for, cheaper. It's, old white guy, receding hairline, and by that meaning bald. There's nothing receding about that hairline. This fucker's bald. But, hey, not hating on the bald guys. Dude could play. I dig the record. Awesome. Grab it if you have the chance. Next up, Lloyd Bellison, Thunderbird. Stereo, Impulse. I would go as far as to say it's one you don't see quite as often on Impulse, but of course with Impulse, you got that glorious gatefold, splat out, and then of course obviously with Impulse. Beautiful, wonderful stuff. Compositions by Duke Ellington, B. Hefty, and Thad Jones, as well as several originals. Among the notable sidemen are Harry Sweet Citizen, Carl Fontana, and Sam Most. It's a really delightful record. Great stuff. Next up, off of Riverside, Elvin! Exclamation point. Elvin Jones. Solo release, if you will, on Riverside. Spladow. For this album. I got from Noble Records, by the way, before he even had a chance to put it out to customer release, because, I mean, no reason hiding that. That's a release, that's a relationship we have. Thad Jones on cornet, Frank West on flute, Frank Foster on tenor, Hank Jones on piano, Art Davis on bass, Elvin Jones on sticks, and yeah, pretty much the gist. That's a great album. I actually listened to it earlier tonight with dinner guest. So usually the way it works with my dinner guests, if I have them over and I have them, they're interested in my vinyl, I have them come through, I have them pick their own records, like, hey, what do you want to listen to? Usually there's some resistance. People are like, oh, I don't know, what do you want to listen to? If it's in my collection, I love it. So just fucking pull out a record. I don't care. But this is one of the ones that got picked. Sounds glorious. So thank God for good friends with good taste. Cheers. Next up, introducing Kenny Burrell on Blue Note. Tone Poet reissue. I got it from Lunchbox. Nope, hold on. Give me a minute. Nope, got it from Noble Records. I apologize. I got it from Noble Records in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. Sounds phenomenal. Love it. I've explained to you guys my love for the Tone Poet series many times. I'm going to do a video just dedicated to the Tone Poet series someday for you. Even though I feel like that's probably an idea that's probably been done to death. Glorious Gatefold. Kenny Burrell on guitar, Tommy Flanagan on piano, Paul Chambers bass, Kenny Clark drums, Candido Congo drum. It's awesome. Proud to have it in my collection. Looked for an original of this one for the longest time. Came, oh my God, obvious to me after a while that original might take a while to happen. So I was happy to jump on that one. Next up, the Cooker, Lee Morgan. Tone Poet. Got that recently. You guys probably, if you're a long-time follower of my channel, then a couple of videos ago you saw me do the side-by-side comparison to this one and the original mono. And which many of you evidently thought that I don't know how to properly drop the tone arm or pick up the tone arm of my turntable. For some reason. Anyway, I had a lot of eye rolls at your comments. Let me just say that. I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, the release sounds great. Just leave it at that. Next up, I don't even know if I know how to properly pronounce this. Shabaka and the Ancestors, We Are Sent Here by History on Impulse. Admittedly, blind buy. It had popped up. I followed Impulse on Instagram, and this had popped up on their releases. And I went for it. And I've only heard the A side, and it's very interesting. I dig it. And hey, we'll see where we go from there. But what I do like is with a new Impulse release, and it was just released like a month ago. Bam. Good old-fashioned Impulse label. And, you know, hey, I'll let you know further. But so far, I'm liking what I'm hearing. I love the cover. I love the limited vocals that there are. And I'm just really digging the album. I'm happy to have it. I'm glad I took a swing at it, if you will. Next up. Pugsley Munyon, Just Like You. This is a reissue, sealed reissue, still haven't popped the plastic on it. So the story behind this one is Pugsley Munyon is three like high school age kids that decide that, you know, they're a band and they want to record an album. And they get signed to this label, and they record this album. Very raw, very unpolished, very garage-like, and all the while under the impression that they're going to get a chance to go back polish it up, clean it up, make it a little neater, make it a little more commercial. But by the time they go back and get ready to do so, the label has already mixed the album and put it out. So they never did get a chance to do so. So, this is the only album ever released by the group, the band, if you will, Pugsley Munyon. My understanding is that this band, this group, still tours to this day. Now, off of just this material, I can't imagine so, because there's only 9 songs on the album. So I can't imagine it's just off this material. You'd have to think it's this material and then, maybe some covers and whatnot. I wouldn't know. But they got to be old as fuck by now. I don't know. But that's just the information I've been fed. But I haven't had a chance to listen to this reissue. But I can tell you that the album, the material itself is great. And I don't know if the band could have improved the material by heading into the studio and polishing it up. I don't know if they could have. Because, to me, this is great, raw, grungy, like psychedelic-esque type rock and roll. I personally wouldn't change anything about it. But who knows? We'll never know whether or not they could have made it any better or not. Next up, one that I was very happy to add to the collection. I wish it was an original pressing. One of these days I will have an original pressing of this one, best believe. I don't think you guys doubt me. Next up is Flight to Jordan by Duke Jordan, accompanied by Dizzy Reese, Stanley Turrentine, Richard Workman, and Art Taylor. I love this album. It is phenomenal in every sense of the word. It is a French pressing from the 70s. It's super clean. It's killer. It's a stereo press. But it sounds great. It really does. It's an amazing album. And an original pressing of this one's going to set me back quite a pretty penny one of these days. But when it does, I'll be happy to pay that pretty penny. It's a wonderful album. I'm happy to have it. Next up, The Moving Sidewalks, Flash. It's a nice, heavy pressing, if you will. The best way I can basically promote this group to you, this band to you, is that Billy Gibbons was in this band. So Billy Gibbons was on vocals, guitar, and harmonica. Don Summers on bass. Tom Moore on organ and piano, and Dan Mitchell on the sticks. But yeah, Billy Gibbons, you guys might have known him. There's a little band called ZZ Top. My boy Jimi Hendrix had quite a few wonderful things to say about Billy Gibbons, and used to open up for Hendrix back in the day. And this exact copy actually used to belong to my boy Dylan at Noble Records, who was happy to move it on to me after he upgraded to an original. So, as you know, he's not hurting. But happy to have it in my collection now. Thanks, Dylan. Next up, Poppin', Hank Mobley, Art Farmer, Pepper Adams, Sonny Clark, Paul Chambers, Philly Joe Jones, Stereo Press, Tone Poet. It's on Blue Note. Again, plastic hasn't been popped on it yet. Looking very much forward to it. Thank you, Scott at Lunchbox Records. Same thing for the following. Stanley Turrentine coming your way with Tommy Turrentine, Horace Parlin, George Tucker, and Al Harold. Tone Poet reissue. Again, plastic not pop. Can't offer you very much on it. Just, I know what's going to be killer already. Next up after that, Archie Whitewater. Now, I can tell you this. My boy Marcus, DJ Party on Instagram, is a hard bop guy to the core. And he described this record by Archie Whitewater as a Desert Island album for him. Okay, so I take the term Desert Island album very seriously. What that's meaning is if you can only take 5 or only take 10 or only take 20 albums to be isolated with on a desert island for the rest of your life, this is one you'd pick. That's serious shit to me. It'd be hard for me. But when this guy that I know to be just basically a master of all things hard bop, and one who has put me into so many great jazz records in my life, brings this one up, one that I've never heard of. And what it basically is this jazz slash funk slash rock slash soul fusion type deal with vocals. It's got a little bit of everything offered. And he basically just tells me, you won't regret it. This is a Desert Island album for me. I just upgraded to a near mint copy. This is my copy that I've had for the last 25 years. You know what? When a guy that you trust like that makes that kind of pitch to you, you just jump on it. And I gotta tell you guys, I spun it one time. It's fucking killer. It's everything he said it would be. It's jazzy, it's soulful, it's funky as all hell. Guitar solos are sick. The vocals are sick. It's a freaking killer record. If you're a Sight fan, you'll love it. If you're a Garage fan, you'll love it. If you're a jazz fan, you'll love it. If you're a soul fan, you'll love it. If you're a funk fan, you'll love it. And if you love all of the above like I do, then you'll really fucking love it. I don't know how often it's been reissued. This is a rare one. Archie Whitewater. But if you get a chance, jump on. It's killer. Down to the final two, guys. Next up, man, big one. The last two both found at Lunchbox Records in Charlotte, North Carolina. Same day that I grabbed this t-shirt, which was yesterday. Jay Warrior. I can't wait to get rid of. I hate these covers so bad. They're so terrible. God, I hate them. Matter of fact, there that goes. Bye. Jay Warrior. Gatefold. Second favorite thing about it, outside of the music, of course. Music's got to be the favorite thing about it. But, splat out. Vertigo bitches. Man, I've added so many awesome Vertigo pressings to my collection over the last couple of years, and over the last like 6 months, I couldn't be happier about it. But it's a phenomenal album. Tony Duhick on the guitar, John Field on percussion and flute, Glenn Harvard on bass and vocals. It's just a really freaking killer album. And 1971 release, and once again, stereo press and on Vertigo. I couldn't be happier to have it. Next up, last, but certainly not least, it's going to be another album in that ridiculous Duke Pearson, Sweet Honey Bee. Original mono pressing. You guys know I had to squeak in at least one original mono Blue Note label. Fucking killer album. All the way across the board. I'm so happy to have it. You got Freddie Hubbard on trumpet, James Spaulding on alto, sax, and flute, Joe Henderson on tenor sax, Duke Pearson on piano, Ron Carter on bass, and Mickey Roker on the sticks. It's fucking killer. I'm so happy to have it after all these years. I've really been looking for it, and I love every Duke Pearson record ever. So, another very welcome addition to the collection. So, those are all my most recent finds since the second most recent find video of 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's just what I've been getting into, and hopefully with everything opening back up a little bit, with people moving back out there a little bit more, hey, hopefully there's going to be plenty more to come. And so those are my most recent finds. But before I send you guys out of here, a big thank you. The coolest VCLT package I've ever received came from someone I've never met or talked to. So I go to Noble Records about, let's call it 2 or 3 weeks ago. This is right like the day of, when they reopen to everybody, or the day after. And as soon as I walk in, we exchange pleasantries, and he goes, "Hey, I've been waiting to see you so I could give you this." And he reaches back from behind there and hands me a box like this. It just says Chris on it. This exact box. And I'm like, okay. Open it up, and it's this. It's a customized record weight. And I don't know if the picture quite gives it justice. The glare is probably going to get in the way. But it's a beautiful, beautiful record weight. And the picture in the background is from an album, a compilation album with Thelonious Monk and John Coltrane. And what it says on it is tunes with your boy Chris from the Man Cave. And oh guys, it's just fucking awesome. I love it. And I'm looking at it and I'm flabbergasted and I just can't believe it. This is from 1441 engraving from a gentleman named Chris Stirchfield from Brunswick, Georgia. And he left me a note inside of it. That, of course, was his inspiration. And he left me a note, if you will. Chris, I enjoy your channel. I don't comment much. Don't have a YouTube channel, but I can do this. Cheers. Chris, 1441 engraving. Guys, I highly recommend, if you have a chance, 1441 engraving. Look into them. Tell them Chris from Tunes from the Man Cave sent you. I'm still blown away at just how cool that is. I really can't get over it. Man, I love this thing. I do. I had been in the market. It's almost like this guy read my mind. I had already been in the market for the longest time for a good solid record weight that would accommodate my turntable while simultaneously allowing me to close the dust cover on it because I have animals and a toddler. And he did it. So thank you, Chris. You're that. That's just I can't put a face on you. I don't know when you've ever commented on one of my videos. I don't know who you are. I don't know, and all I know is this is a beautiful gift that I will treasure for the rest of my life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so that's going to wrap up my most recent finds, as well as this glorious VCLT gift. One more time, shout out to my friend Steve Carlson, Vinyl Community Steve Carlson, who lost most of his record collection in a terrible flood in his part of the world in the Midwest. And hey, buddy, thoughts and prayers are going out to you. I know myself and the vinyl community, we're going to hold you up and we're going to take care of you. And hey, man, God bless you. You're doing a great job holding up through all this. And hey, you know, thoughts and prayers be with you, man. Godspeed. You're doing great, and we'll be here for you. So, until next time, until next video, stay safe, continue to social distance. If you don't feel safe getting back out there, don't. But if you do, and you have friends that you haven't seen in a while, if you're going to get back out there, you might as well get back out there with them. COVID-19 has already taken so many fucking things from us. Don't let it take your friends from you. Don't. I spent this weekend getting back acquainted with my friends. And, yeah, it robbed me of half this year. It's not robbing me and my friends. So, we did it responsibly, but it's not robbing me and my friends. So, everybody, continue to stay safe. God bless. Take care. Social distance. And if you don't care about any of that anymore, then go out with your friends. Hang out with your friends. Have a cookout. Don't go out to beaches with millions of people and get everybody else sick. Just, you know, have a cookout. Like what I did tonight with my friends. 5 of us, 5 people. You know what I mean? Just saying. Till next time. Till next video. Keep dropping that new to you guys.